think I'm live. Possibly. Right. Hello. After last night's glitchy stream, it appears we have another one. My chat's not working. It's you can't see, but yeah, it isn't working. I have no idea what anyone's saying, and every time I try and type something, I get nothing. So last night we had camera failure after camera failure after camera failure, and tonight, no chat. So I'm going to have to revert to my phone somehow. Stop the trains. Right, hang on, let me press another button. Kids are having a bath, so it's going to be a bit noisy. Hey, it worked. Right, switching over to the layout cam. Hang on. I'm just going to jump in and re-rail what just came off. Hopefully you can still hear me. This loco has a tendency to stop dead and then go, and as a result it whacks things off the rails. That should be good now. Right, I have no chart. I don't know what I'm going to do with no chart. This is going to be awkward. Let's see if I can pull chat up on here. Whee! Whee! Right, let me see. I have no way of getting chat up on there either. See, it did it again. How annoying. I wonder. I can't do control and chat at the same time. It spooks me out, this loco. It's like it's possessed. Right, anyway, let me see what I can do. We're on a mooch. If I went that way, I'd get chat. There we go, chat. I have chat. So I bet if I type something there, it'll come up. Yeah, see, chat works on here. I'm gonna put you back that way. Right, some updates. Oh, I'm so brassed off, I've got no chat. I don't know how to fix this. I can't see anything. No, it's not working. I've no chat. So I can't talk to anybody. All I can do is show you around. Oh, hang on a minute. Right, Amara, hello. Gemma, hello. Andy, hello. And this building the ELR step-by-step dude, hello. Right. Right, I'm going to let this run round one more time and then I'm going to stop it. But you can... That's epic. No, I'm going to let it go one more time because I missed it, but never mind. Always stops there. See how it's glitching then? Oh. Let me just slow it right down, otherwise we'll go off on a tangent again. There we go. I had this apart and cleaned the contacts the other day and come on. There we go. Let me get it fully into the sidings. Right, give you a quick update as to the problems we've had. Right, we went to Crewe with this layout and it was so temperamental. I mean, like literally so temperamental. Nothing would stay. We got some stuff to stay on, but everything was coming off and it was always the joints causing the problem. So if you'd have watched last night's stream, you'd have seen this particular board here had a massive dip in it, which was causing this to be lower than all this lot. Sorry, this to be lower than this lot here. And as a result, as it were coming over, the wheels were coming off. Now you can see about here, I've, hello?
It's not slow.
Huh?
It's not slow.
It's not, it's running fine.
You're about 4 minutes slow. I'm here from you.
Yeah, I know.
Stupid. It's not live then, is it?
Well, yeah, it is live because it has to go from here all the way up to space,
But I'm here.
all the way over somewhere else to YouTube servers, all the way.
I'm here.
Right, anyway, where was I? Right, so you can see I've had to deballast all this section round here and pack it up with bits of card to get it up to the same height. This back one here hasn't been done. I don't know if you can see that, but the one that shows it off the best is over here. Now again, I ain't sure if you're going to be able to see this, but there is such a drop there. Now I've taken these boards apart and I've put fresh dowels in so that every time we strip them, the boards that is, and pull them apart and put them back together again, they line up the same place every time now. There was slight variances last time, but there's not anymore. I've fixed that. They're so bloody breakable. Anyway, now that I've got it to line up, now it's a case of getting the track to line up, which has been fun. And I mean, you can see there's like 3 packs of card to get the height right on these because of the dip in the board. There's a big sag in the board here, and this is that's the lowest point, and then it comes back up over there and it comes up this way. It's caused all kinds of trouble, but anyway, I've spent a bit of time repairing these front two. I've still got this back one to do here, and yes, I've been extremely brave and put a joint on a point. Never again. Joint on a corner. Never again. So yeah, now I extended the fiddle yard to try and get a bit more lockage in and some more stuff in, as you can see, and as a result I've left myself a little tight just there, so some of the locos derail here. Now I can't get my 37 round. Now my 37 was like, where's my 37? This is my collection, by the way, somewhere on here. It's 37418. There, at the end. That's 310. Where's 418? I'm having a blind moment. I can't see 418. Where's 418 gone? Oh, there. Right. That is 37418. That's my go-to loco. It'll go around anything, that blooming thing. Apart from that bend. It's unbelievable. That's chipped. That's chipped. That's chipped. Not 137 goes round. 50s, that's chipped. Well, I've got 3015s there. I think one of them's chipped. They won't go round. My 47 does, which is over there. That's going round perfectly fine. And what else have we got? Oh, I got that back off Landy last night and then broke it. I'm so annoyed. That's one of the East Lancs locals. They've just got that back on the rails after 2 years off the rails, and it was coming round here and it fell off and went down there and I broke the buffer off it. I'm absolutely livid. I'm so gutted, but never mind. And there's my Duchess, painted up in BR blue. You won't see one of them on the rails. But anyway, I digress. Sorry. Anyway, new legs. The layout had new legs. Now I went through various different iterations of ways of putting this on. If I come over here. So first of all, I use these coach bolts and I put them through the frame. Through the frame like that, through the leg, and then bolt it the other side. But it was putting all the weight and the support on this, and you can see what it did. It split the wood. It's just, this stuff's just not thick enough to support it. So we went to plan B, which were these. Now you put like a dowel in the end of the thing, and you screw that to the underside of the wood, and then screw the legs on. But there was so much flex in the whole system, it just didn't work. So I went down the road and doing this. Oh, we're underneath now, here we go. So you can see now I've put a little patch of wood and glued that on, and then I've screwed these post support brackets to that, and then I've put some nice, I think the 70 by 70, and then underneath it we've got some adjustable feet. So that has allowed me, considering just how far out this floor actually is, to get this reasonable, well, it is more than reasonable level, it's spot on level. Oh, I'm coming back out. Now these dangly wires are all test wires because I'm testing different variational things. I've currently got the sheds lit up. You can't really see, but the sheds are lit, and I've run the cables just temporarily into power supply. They will be going to one of these units. That one over there. So these cables need running down here through that little hole there and over there to that unit, and that unit switches them on and off. That's a frog wire, that green one. I'm just testing it because I had a dead frog on this point here, so I've put a frog wire in, and it seems to have cured the problem for now. So where am I up to? Right, yeah, back to this corner point. Right, so this track, this corner, pain in the backside, this corner here, I can't get anything around it, it's too tight. Now you can see there's a radius point there, but them two are straight points. So what I'm thinking of doing is swapping them out for radius points. So that would bring to here, and then this would come here, and that would then allow me a much more gradual, if that was there, there'd be a much more gradual into that bend, so I could eliminate this. But what I'm worried about is the fact that it's going to go too far and it'll come all the way over here or over here, and then I've got no chance of getting into that. So I have to come up with another plan. I have to come up with another way of doing this. I can't go too far back with these because of the wood that's here in the point motor. That's literally bolted right up to the edge of the piece of wood. That point motor has to be there, or in that line there, so I couldn't really go too far back with these. And that last point there, I know there's currently nothing on it, but that will fire off and go that way, and there's going to be another row of fiddle yards at the back, which I've just not got around to doing just yet. So yeah, that's a work in progress. I'm going to turn, once I've got this finished, this front bit, I'm going to spin the layout round to do the back, which is all propped up here. When I start the back, it'll be quick and easy because it's all scenics, so I'll fly through that in a matter of weeks. I did mention a while back that there's going to be a fairground, and we're thinking of putting it there. The idea is going to be it's going to be the fairground, and I think this is going to be a stately home up here with some gardens and a model railway, which is going to be this little thing here. Now, if Amara's still watching, I was talking to you about this the other night. Anyone who's not seen these Z gauge things, they are the most tiniest, beautiful little pieces of equipment I've ever seen in my life, and incredibly expensive for what they are. But yeah, so the aim of the game is I'm going to have this running around on here in somebody's back garden with little people sat on it. So I need to buy some more track for this yet, but yeah, that's the plan with that. Look at you lot just chatting about football. How nice of you. Not talk about the railway. No, I'm going to chat about football. What was I doing? Oh, should we get something running? Right, let's have a look. Right, we'll put the 47 round for a bit. Andy lent me his Deltic, which is just at the back of the NHS thing over there. That'll probably be a good shot. It is, isn't it, Amara? Absolutely cute. But yeah, anyway, Andy lent me his Deltic and it don't go around the corner. It just doesn't. It's not designed for these corners, they're too tight. So it's on static display. It does run, but it's on static display. The NHS runs, this 66 runs fine. I broke it in multiple places. I need to order some parts for that. I have no way of coupling anything up because all the coupling system fell apart. I think that's actually quite cheap and nasty, that coupling system. I'm not happy with it. The fact that both ends have fell apart says it all, doesn't it, really? But anyway, right, let's get the 47 running. Let's have a look. There's my 47. Engine. There we go. Let's get the points set up. I'll be back. Right, so we're on third lane. So that's 1, 2, third lane in, that one. That's it. We have the path there. We're pulling a rake of these mad wagons that Andy did tell me what they were, and I still haven't got a clue. Yep, we're good. Let's see if we can move it. Come on. There we go. See, we're navigating over these joints okay. No problems. I haven't even levelled the back ones yet. They're still well not level, but because they're in a straight line, it doesn't matter. It's just going straight over them with a bit of a click. I'm never putting joints on bends ever again. That's never happening. Yeah, I've been working on this TMD area, trying to get these sheds lit. And they are pretty much lit now. I mean, it's difficult to tell. If I turn the lights off, you'll see it. Hang on. It goes dark. So you can see it now. Shed's lit. Yeah, it's all gone blurry, hasn't it? Yeah, I'm never putting joints, bends, you name it. I'm not putting anything ever again on joints, ever. Straight lines only. And I don't have to go through this rigmarole. No, it's not too bad. Thanks, Amara. So yeah, well, I'm getting to the end of this now. Once I've got this leveling sorted, I've still got an issue with the Cemex 66 and that joint. The front wheel comes off. In fact, when this comes in now, I'll stop it now. Stop, 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 stop! Stop! Right, if I switch over to the Cemex now, I'll bring it round and then you can have a look at how it screws itself up every time it goes over. Let me find Cemex. Inside, I'll just show you what I'm doing. Inside line. So we want that one, that one, that one, that one. Right. Yeah. Things kept falling apart, Andy. They're decoupling themselves. You know when the loco stops and starts, it shunts the wagons, and because a bit of the track were dirty, because it hasn't been run for a while, it kept disconnecting itself, and I ended up with two of these yeah, whatever they're called, cement wagons. I ended up with a couple of them hanging around, so I just put them on the rake just to lengthen the rake a bit. And see if it stopped them from decoupling, which it has done. So it must be something to do with the couplers on them wagons that are causing problems. But yeah, they were just a filler for lengthen the rake and just to see if it'd stop it from disconnecting. But anyway, let's get it moving. Let's get it moving in the right direction. There we go. Now this is where we have problems. See that front wheel come off there? I have to do that every time it comes round because the corner's too tight. But it don't have a problem with these joints, which is good. And there it goes again, that front wheel. But it re-rails itself when it comes down here. There you go, back on. So I've still got a bit of work to do on this. Well, you can't tell, but it's high there. If that were down there, or maybe if that was a bit lower, I don't know. Until it's got the ballasting on, it's not going to shore it up. But I mean, you can see I've got bits of plastic trying to pack it out best I can. I'm trying to get the angles just right, but I'm struggling with it. I've been at this for weeks, literally. Just coming up for a couple of hours and having a play and sending stuff round and seeing where it comes off. But watch, it'll do it again here now. There you go. Just there. Not to mention that is way too tight. Yeah, that needs to be there. And I've got, oh yeah, I've got the full rake of this. I haven't had that out yet. But that's going to be a test to see if that actually goes around without everything falling off. But it's nearly done. Once I get this fixed here and it's reballasted, I can crack on with it then. I can get all the markings down and start painting, because it's final paint that this is missing. Final paint and detail. Just edge that a bit more forward, then I can see. Come on. There she is. Alright, let's turn the engine off on the other 47. Where are we? Right, I'm going to run one of my newest locos, which I picked up at the Isle of Wight Steam Railway. Now, bearing in mind I'm from Bolton, Manchester. I went for a holiday in Portsmouth, and we booked. Well, we're going to book the Harry Potter experience from the way home from Portsmouth, and it was fully booked when we come to book it because the weather was awful, and we're like, right, we need some other things to do. We've got to figure out something else to do. So I said, right, why don't we go down to the docks and have a look at the hovercraft and that, because the kids have never seen a hovercraft, so that'd be cool. So then we got there and I thought, screw it, we've got nothing else to do, let's go on the hovercraft. So we went on the hovercraft over to the Isle of Wight, and I was like, oh look, there's a railway. Right, where you get off the hovercraft? Should we get on that? So we got on that. Next thing you know, we're at the Isle of Wight Steam Railway, and we spent the day on there, which was epic, I've got to say. If you ever get a chance to visit, it is well worth the visit, it's lovely. But whilst I was there, I went in their little shop and I picked up this little beauty, which is a railway. It's the cheaper version, you know. I paid quite a bit for it because it comes with sound, but it is the cheaper version. It's dead light, there's not much to it. It's the definitely the cheaper version, but hey ho. Alright. But it's still got sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah. If you're on about the Cemex, I think that Cemex chip's perfectly good, Andy. It could do with being louder, it needs a better speaker, but the chip itself's good. I mean, it is a Lego Biffle, man, but I think it's an early version. Right, now we've got a load of... Oh, I really need to clean the track down here. I have a track rubber. Oh, my back. Come on, just get running. Yeah, it's into some clean track. I'm going to clean... I've got to... The problem is I put everything on now, Anna, before I clean the track. And it's quite difficult to clean the track with everything on it. Going the wrong way, dude. Hasn't even got lights. They put a sound chip in, but don't put lights in. And it's got saggy couplers. Oh, I think we're on. We'll look on. I think we'll go for that. Let's see if that works. Now this shouldn't come off, he says, as it comes off. Oh, you know what helps? It helps if the point out isn't against it. Behave yourself. Right. Sorry. There you go. Right, let's give it a bit of welly. Come on. Let's see how this does. See, when she's running, perfectly fine. He says. Quite a tight fiddle yard this for what it is. That's why I want to extend it further back. Get some more oars on it. Yeah, we've definitely got some dodgy track over there. I was having problems with this earlier on. It don't look dirty though. I'm going to give it a clean now when this has passed and we'll see if it makes any difference. Alright, let's see if that helps. It's almost as if this is dirty down here as well, but I know it's not because I clean this quite regularly. I think the solution is to put stair lives in these, innit? That would fix the problem. If everything had stair lives in, I wouldn't have this stop-start business. Right, let's see how that runs through here now. Oh, 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 oh. Oh dear. I lost a couple of wheels. Off we go. Spoke too soon, didn't we? Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to test the other line. I don't run much on the other line because I've only just fixed it, so we're going to stop that here. I'll let it get round the bend. Right, I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to get my NHS 66 off. And then I'm going to change the points and we'll see how it gets through. Right, so I'm going to send it on this middle line now. And we'll see how it furs. Been having problems with things hitting this because this is too far that way, so I need to dig this bit of ballast out here and pull the track this way a bit. But we'll see if we get any catchy problems with this. No, we've got derailing though. Oh, it's happened again at the back. Behave. It's probably, I think it might be clipping one of the locals coming out. That happens. The locals at the back there, as it comes through, it can clip them and just knock them off. It's these things, because they're quite long and they have these sticking out the side. But it's still on. Let's see if it goes. Nope, still got a wheel off. Stop. Oh, got more than a wheel off now. I just knocked it. Right, are you all on now? Yes, we're all on. Right, go. Right, let's have a look at how it's coming off round the back here with these back wagons. Something's happening. No, I'm miles away from everything. So why is it derailing? So the one time I look is the one time it stays on. Check that out. Ooh, power issue. Wheels are all on. Right, what do you reckon? Do you think this is dirty track, or do you think that's bad pickups? Oh, wow. My chat's back. How cool is that? Oh, my train stopped again. Same place. See, I cleaned this. So that indicates to me that might be a dead frog. See, I've been having problems with the frogs down here. No, that's bad pickup, innit, that? Right, let's pull her over. Does me head in this. Back. Stay. Right. Now, one of the other locals I've got on here at the moment is that. You can't really see it, but it's 31466. It's an XELR local, and if I'm not mistaken, it's either Great Central or 7. And I think it moved recently. Andy might have to correct me on that one, but I know it's definitely an XELR local. I don't know where it is now, though. I'm sure it was 7 Valley, you know. Bloody sure it was. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. We have the path. I'm going to send it around the front line because I trust that track a little bit more. Right, point set. Walk off, go. Yes, I'm watching. And this has had a CD motor fitted instead of the standard Lima motor, and it's obviously got, I think it's a Hornby TTS sound chip in it, so it's running alright for what it is. Give it a bit more well, let's see if I can get it going a bit better. Nothing is functioning in this corner. So it just stops dead there. What I do know is that this section of the point blades here isn't powered. This bit. That is, but that's not. That is definitely a dead frog. That's a dead frog. Right, so I know I need to fix a frog over there. And I need to have a look at this three-way. I know what we'll do. Let's try it on the middle row.
Try it on a different line.
I can't, they're all full. Let's see if it goes through the centre now. Yep. Surprised nothing's derailed, but it keep coming to a complete stop. Yeah. Spoke too soon, didn't I?
Don't you take one of them off and then you try and go on a different one?
No, there's no point.
No, I just mean in general.
Yeah, that's alright. I know what it is. I know exactly what's causing this. Yeah, I did exactly the same thing. Right, so I think we can safely say it's actually alright on everything except that black one.
I'm just asking you, reading.
I know, I'm not.
That's why I said, no, you're not.
I'm not reading my chat at all, I'm running trains. Do you know, I haven't run sound on this since I've got it up and running.
Do you know when you're sitting here?
I know, it keeps pushing it back.
Yeah.
So, if that's stopping on that one, don't touch it. Let's have a look at this. Right, that's the frog wire there. Let's go into that, and it was disconnected. Let me just see if I shove that in there, it might fire it up. This is going to be, sorry, this is going to be difficult to do with one hand.
Have you read it?
Yeah. Ow. Yeah, it is. I suppose it probably is. Aside from, there we go. Right. Well, that's not made any difference. Could just be dirty track, this, you know. Trying to. That's definitely the right one, but it's not shorted the track out, has it? And it's not running, so it might just be dirty points. I am messing with the right one, aren't I?
First one in.
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 and 4. That's point. That's shared. Yeah, it's definitely the right one. Right. Oh God. You see, I repaired the frog on this point here because we were relying on the point motors to do the. Let me see there. I was relying on the point motors to do the frogs, and they're a bit unreliable. It's that back bar there, and there's a plate that touches it, and if it doesn't touch it, it doesn't give a frog power. But these ADS4 SXs, see Andy, I can do it. I got it right first time. I wasn't reading it, honest. Yeah, they have the option to juice the frogs, which is somewhere about there. So you have to put a power feed in, track feed, and then it sends the frog wire back out. So I've just temporarily rigged this up to see if it makes the difference, and it has. This one's now working properly. So all these zip ties need cutting, and this cable needs routing appropriately, which it will be when I get round to it. But yeah, I think that could very well be the frog that's causing the problem. I did briefly have a look at it the other day, but I didn't get far with it. That's next on the list, I think. There's a lot of wiring under it. Oh my God, I can't move. I'm stuck now. Like an old flaming man. I am an old man. Oh, back. I'm back. Right.
Try again.
Let me see what's going on with this now. Right. Right, she's back up.
You got some rubber. Where are you?
I know.
Come on.
I'm sure I pressed stop. But anyway. I'm missing some, aren't I?
Will you put them?
Oh, for God's
Come on.
sake. See, this is one of the major problems with this. They like to decouple themselves. And if you look, can you see how saggy they are? So if I pop this one off, it's not even in properly. That's one of the major. There we go. That shouldn't be saggy now. We don't like saggy things, do we? Saggy's not good. It's a bit better. Yeah, there we go. Should be right now. Alright for a lemur, that, isn't it? I am doing, Andy. You know I do. I always look after everything.
Why?
Right, did that just short the layout? It
Yep.
did.
It did.
That's great news.
You know now, don't you?
No, because that means the frog's correct. I'm right. It is the frog that's causing the problem. However, them wires need swapping over. I'm not doing it now. So, I'll disconnect that and then that'll stop it from shorting. But them wires need switching round live and negative. It's weird because they work fine on that one, but not on that one. But it depends which direction the point motor's facing, because that one's facing that way and this one is also facing the opposite direction. So live and neutral are swapped over. Yeah, see if you look, the bar's at the back on that one and it's at the front on that one. So retrospective to the track above, live and neutral need swapping over, so it wouldn't be the same as that one, it would be different, it would be that one. Right, that's good. I know what that is now. I can stop climbing underneath and hurting myself. Oh, I can press that and everything comes back on. I will one day, you know. I will get stuck under there, most certainly, at some point.
And then I'll have to hit your screen.
Yeah, my back will go on. It'll be like ambulance drivers will be like, "Hey, we're getting him out of here now."
No, that's alright, just throw him down.
Yeah, just chuck him out. Yep. Chuck him out there. Right, so I fixed every glitch except this one. You see how that worked perfectly fine over there then? But yeah, if it's on the inner lane, it stops. So that's frog related, but I don't know how to fix that one. I haven't worked that out yet. Right, park it up. And it'll stop again. Stop. Now, I could fit a stay alive to this because the chip that's in it, I'm fairly sure I could rig a stay alive up to it. It's a Hornby TTS, so I don't know. Not bad for a TTS though, is it? One thing I do know about this though is it is incredibly glitchy. Look at that. Just need the high mech a little bit more forward. I'm not even going to do that because I'll derail everything. There we go. And then just put that there like that. Perfect shot. Spirit level out the way. There you go. Oh. Right, so when we were at crew, I fudged up and didn't take half of my stuff with me. So I didn't bring this, I didn't bring that, I didn't bring that, I didn't bring that, I brought them, but I didn't bring that, and I didn't bring that, and I didn't bring that, and yeah, there was quite a bit missing, because I left everything in a box. That's now super glued on, so I can't not bring that.
And the thing over there kept falling off.
Thing that kept falling off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't fixed that yet. I've lost it. I don't know where it's gone. I've lost the other bit to this.
Honestly?
Yeah, I don't know where it's gone. Bit that bridges across. It was down there in the corner, and I've moved it to put it somewhere safe, and it's gone. But I mean, you can see my organisational skills are not what you would class as top bar. Oh yeah, I can show you this as well. As long as I don't break my neck falling down the stairs. But yeah, these are the fairground rides. Once they're painted and up and running, there's one. So we've got a big wheel that works, and there are all the little buckets for it that need painting. And then in pieces down here, yet to be finished painting, is another ride that sits in the middle and spins, and I need to find the rest of them cars, and yeah, so that's currently under construction. That's where my Razor charger is. I've been looking for that. Anyway, oh yeah, check this out.
Oh.
It's a Rick and Morty pickle, dill flavoured pickle.
Which is going to keep forever in the packet because it's Rick and Morty.
It's Rick and Morty, man. Look at that. It's Pickle Rick! Pickle Rick, everyone! Pickle Rick! If you watch Rick and Morty, you'll understand that. If you don't, then you won't. Right, so that's... let me turn that off, that's annoying. I've got sore hands. Pickle Rick! Anyway, back to me. I'll take you through the collection whilst you're here. You can have a nose in the collection.
Yeah, if you want to buy any, just let me know.
Yeah. Over my dead body.
Won't be hard.
Right. So we've got things. I'm falling all over the place here. Right. So we're starting off with the DMUs. I have a random DMU carriage, and I don't know where the rest of it is. There's that. Right. I have one. Like rolling off the shelf. Stay. I've got a couple of them. Now this was a different colour originally, and I put stickers on it, so it doesn't look very good. And then I've got some nice old ones. And then this, I went to the extremes of putting people in it and chipping it up and doing everything to it to later be told that it's got some kind of rot on the chassis, on the bogies, sorry. It's not affected anything else, just the bogies. So I'm quite gutted about that because it works. And it's got a blanking chip in it at the moment. I took the chip out of it because there's no point in chipping it, but it actually works. This, it's got lights, it's got bloody people in it. There's even cab lighting inside, which I'm sure was on then. Yeah, you can see it's lit inside and everything. I'm so annoyed that I didn't know that, because I didn't even know what it was, that rot, until that happened. And then we've got the track tamper machine that's missing its roof, which I've yet to find. It's in a box somewhere, I'll come across that. A crane gifted to me by Andy. And then my shunter collection. Oh, so I have a few shunters. Now, these things, both of those are from the LR. These two here, that one and that one. That little green thing's gone missing. Don't know where that's disappeared to. Andy's observation coach. So it's there, Andy. It is here. That one is here. I've got 5054. That's an ELR Loco. Now this is never run. It's brand new and never been run because it requires a 21-pin chip, and I don't have any of them. So I can't even put a chip in to test it to see how it would run. But I'm going to assume that that's going to run perfectly fine. And then we have 25-26 collection. That's 26, 27, 28, 26. This is another ELR Loco, 8233, but I don't think that. I think that's currently under refit. Where you're going, right? 31166, 116 even. I think that's an older ELR Loco. Andy might correct me on that one, but I'm fairly sure that's an old ELR Loco. And there certainly is an ELR Loco. No, that one isn't. That's best got 105. This one is 109. Captain Bill Smith. I never chipped this. I never got round to it. But that's an old ELR Loco, still running. And then we've got the 20 collection. This last one here is Andy's on borrow whilst I was doing some track testing. That one's chipped, that one's not. And then we're coming up to the 37 collection, which is quite vast. Most of these are not chipped. That one and that one are Vitrains, but this is missing the buffers. And you can't buy buffers for them anymore. I haven't figured out how I'm going to get around that one yet. I'm going to have to try and 3D print something. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one are not chipped. That is 31109. That was supposed to be 31109, but I never completed it. And it doesn't matter now anyway because it's been painted in bloody a different colour. But yeah, I finished the front end. But he's got rid of these now, but put doors back in, and it's grey. So it's a freight livery. So that was a waste of time, but never mind. Practice, innit? All right, so that load all runs. That's chipped. That's chipped and sound chipped. That one's not. 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 Right, into the 40 collection. We've got a couple of 40s. I have no idea what that is. You would have to correct me on that one, Andy. Again, another one. I actually don't know what it is. Conquest warship class. Is that a 42? I know it's on a Batman chassis. It's on a 37 chassis. I know that much because they never actually made these. This is a kit built. But I've had it running, but I don't think there's a chip in it at the moment. Right, Onslaught, which I can't pick up because it falls apart. That's an ELR Loco. It's currently in BR Blue, but it is chipped, but it has a tendency to fall apart because the chassis pillars are broke and there's no chassis screws for it, so I can't put it back together again. But it is chipped and it does run. It does actually run that. How well it runs, I don't know, but it does run. Oh, anyway, back to the collection. Peak 45039, and then an old and battered Western. Back to the other side. Where's the? Hang on a minute. There's my actual, not old and battered Western. That's Western Prince, I think. That one. That's from the LR. I don't know why that's not down there with them, but anyway. And then we've got a couple. Go back up to this side. They're 50s, aren't they? Yes, we're down here. My 47 collection. A few 47s. Northern Bell 47. Now, that, as you would probably guess, needs to be with them coaches over there, and it's not, because I haven't chipped it yet. So this one is on the list of to be done very, very soon. I think this one has been done, so I might swap the chassis, swap the shell over actually. I can't remember whether this has been done or not. I'm sure I did this one. I can't see. Hang on, I've lost the camera. Let me just get the camera back. Let me get the camera back. It's not going to do it, is it? I'm going to have to do it the hard way. Okay. Remove. Add. Android. Add. Continue. Oh, for God's sake. P7N9S3. Just need your permission to do this, and this. Oh, for God's sake. 90. That's everything you can possibly think of. Fingerprint, send an email, type a code in, everything. Right. Can I have my camera back now? We're back. Go back to there, go across to there. Right, where was I? Right, so we're going into the 50 collection now. Now I've got a bit of affinity with 50s. I've drove 015 like 3 or 4 times now. There is one missing from the collection as well, which is currently at Andy's, but I have 3 015s, so 015, Valiant. I've got one in Lord Hall for Ark Royal, which I'm not so sure it ever carried Lord Hall livery. I'm sure I've asked Andy that before in the past, and he's not told me, so I'm going to leave that there actually and then check it after the stream. We've got some other ones up here, a couple of nice 59s, all weathered up, and then we're going into the more modern stuff. Now, there's locos missing from here because they're on the layout, but my 66 collection, that was the first one I bought off Andy. It's got a blown circuit board in it, and I need to replace the circuit board. It's dead as a doornail. I've got my 68, 66 789, that's chipped as well. I've got 87002, that's chipped, but it doesn't like this layout because it's too tight. I've got 87022, that's chipped, but doesn't like this layout. And then all my steamers. Very few of these are operational. They're all DC. That needs a chip. That's brand new in the box, never run, and it just needs a chip. Camelot, where are you? Camelot runs. That doesn't. These have all visited the LR, by the way. Apart from that doesn't exist. Repton, Severn Valley, Andy, Repton. What, the Lord Hall? What, that 50? Did it? Okay. Leander, we all know Leander if you're into the LR. Leander's currently parked up at Riley's in a million pieces, waiting to be rebuilt. I was watching them stripping that when I was working on the 504 there actually. That'll be back eventually, that will. And then we have Flying Scotsman. Now this runs, but the wiring loom's knackered from the pickups from the rear. I don't know if you can see it there. But yeah, there you go. It looks like it's melted. It must have shorted and melted or something, but it needs a new wiring loom. City of Truro, that has run at the LR. Does work, just needs a chip. City of Wells, now that is knackered. I cannot get them wheels right on both sides, so that doesn't work. And then 60009 Union of South Africa, that was stationed before it retired at the LR. And Dutch to Sutherland, that's visited, but it's been in its crimson livery. 8097, that's currently back on the rails, and that little tanker thing at the end, that doesn't, I don't know where that's come from, but yeah. And then obviously my O gauge, so that's D345, that's an ELR Loco class 40, and my baby, 50015 Valiant, I've drove that. Now, I am debating doing a special for the channel, class 50 special, considering I have 3 of them down there, and I've got that big one there, and I think Andy's got one, and I've actually drove it, and we've got footage of a full line run with both me and Andy driving it 3 times. So I've got enough footage to put a decent video together on the class 50 at the LR and the double O gauge version and the O gauge version. So if I get round to it, that'll probably be a nice special that'll come out soon. And then obviously me at crew with Jason and Andy. And you don't really want to look at my top shelf, but I've got a cup collection and some Lego. But we're not here for that, are we? And my Jack Daniels mugs. But anyway, yeah, and my cars. Don't forget my cars. I've got lots of cars. Really curious now to see whether I've chipped this Virgin or not. Doesn't look like it. We'll find out another day. But anyway, there you go. Up to date update. So, I've been streaming now for 1 hour and 22 minutes. Wow. I've done well. Right then. I'm going to put that back over here. Then I can do this. Hang on. Stay. Oh. Right. Whew, I'm tired now. I can press this. Hi. I'm back. Right, so there's your update. That's 1 hour and 20 minutes of nightmare known as Deep Glen. It's not as bad as it looks. It really isn't. I'm very close to getting this sorted now. Once I get that back line done and I get access back to the sheds, which would be good, being able to park in the shed, I'll get it all reballasted and then painted, and then that will end update 5 season 1. And then straight away after that, we're going to be launching Andy's new layout in the attic and the dismantling of head bumps, which I'm going to cry. Andy, I'm going to cry, mate. Get the tissues ready when I do that. Yeah, I'm tired now. That was hard work. So, any questions? It does. Was I having fun? Rolling around on the floor under the layout? I don't think that was fun. That wasn't fun, Andy. It really wasn't. Sorry about that. So yeah, it's going to take some time to get that last little bit done on the track. It's going to annoy me and it's going to drag on. And I can see it. And as you can see, the attic's come on. It's now completely populated and extremely busy. It's that populated. I didn't even have time to bloody paint the skirting boards or anything and build the wall that's supposed to be here. I've just not even had time to do that. I've been very, very busy. But we're getting up to Christmas now, so there's less. I'm saying less holidays. I'm off to Egypt in a couple of weeks, and then I'm off to Morocco a few weeks after that as well. So I'll be out and about. But we're getting into the winter months. I mean, it's like the first 3 or 4 months of the year. That's when nothing happens. I hate that time of year. Christmas to Easter, there's just nothing. Now is the busiest time of year because we've got Halloween, then we've got fireworks, then we've got Christmas, and it's fun. What's my favourite train? That's a very good question and an easy one to answer. It better work now. I want more. Don't just do the circly thing. My favourite, Andy already knows this, is that absolute animal. That is my favourite. That's my favourite diesel, and that is my favourite steamer, Union of South Africa. Absolutely, the whistle of the Union of South Africa, the whistle, that it's just unlike any other loco. It's got one of the best whistles ever. And we had was it Sir Nigel Gresley was at the ELR about a year ago, just after it had come out of its refit, and it was so strange to hear that whistle again. That because I never thought I'd hear it again, to be honest. When Union of South Africa went into a museum, never to be run again, I thought I was never going to hear that whistle ever, other than on videos. I never thought I'd hear it in real life, and it was there, and it was very surreal. I was like, oh wow, I can hear it. I've heard it again. But yeah, 50015 is my favourite. Oh, hello, Jason. Good evening, Sarah. Yeah, 50005. Yeah. Meridian Valiant's my favourite too. Yeah, it's just a beast. It's an animal, and I tell you what, driving it was just so much fun. So much fun. We've got a good team at the ELR. Like Paul Warburton looks after Valiant, and he's good. He knows everything there is to know about it. He knows his way around that loco very well. Looks after it very well as well. I can't remember the name of the guy that we had driving us. I'm crap with names, but when we did the driving experience, the guy that was driving with us, he was mint. He's funny. He's all right. He's a cool dude. So it just made driving it so relaxing. And I can tell you what, when we pulled out of Ramsbottom, you're in this cab and you've got this desk in front of you, and you're just waggling levers to make it work. And oh, yeah, it's cool. And this big bloody engine behind you that, you know, oh yeah, put it to notch 5. Yeah, and it just goes, the whole thing starts rattling. And then he says, look out the window and just make sure your train's cleared the points. And you pop your head out the window, you look back, and there's 6 coaches behind you that you completely forgot were there. And you're like, oh my God, I've got... Better. It's so cool. It's so cool. If ever you get to do a driving experience, if you ever see one advertised, have a go. I know it's expensive, but have a go. It is amazing. Meridian, you were at the 200 thing, the 200 bash, weren't you? I bet you got to see the 70 in its new livery and that, what was it, number 20, the steamer. I didn't get a chance to go. I was working yesterday, and I've kind of like been up here most of the day today, fettling. So I've not had a chance, unfortunately. But yeah, it was 50015 driving. That was an experience. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Andy will tell you as well. It was. I got him. I proper got him. I booked a full line experience, and you're allowed to bring one person with you. So I said to Andy, "You coming?" Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah." So I had a word with Paul beforehand, and I said, "Listen, is there any chance he could do half a line? So get Andy to drive from Rottenstall to Rammy, and then I'll do Rammy to Bury." He's like, "Yeah, sure." I said, "Don't tell him I've said anything." So we get there, and like we get into the cab, and I'm just getting ready to film me and everything, and everyone just looks at Andy and goes, "Dude, you need go on, in you go." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Go on, sit down. You're driving." He's like, "No, I'm not. You're doing it." I'm like, "No, you're doing it." Properly got him. So Andy got to drive half the line, and then I did the other half. Yeah, it was cool that. Oh, you got inside the 70 cab. Oh. See, I'm going to regret not going now. Yeah. On the line, on the main line, the 70 is my favourite. Out of all the locals that are currently running on the main line, not in preservation, out there in the real world, I find the 70 fascinating because of its design and it fascinates me. I think it's a really cool looking local. And if you go back through our videos, we did a spotting video from Stafford Station, and I've seen a 70. I was on the train coming into Manchester, and it was on the viaducts in the distance, and I could see it in the distance. But that was as close as I've ever been to a Class 70, other than what I've seen on YouTube and telly and stuff. And then instead, I was like, right, well, let's do this. Let's see if any 70s go through. And I was like, there's got to be a 70 going through Stafford. I'm there all day. There's got to be a 70 going through. And it was right at the end of the day one went through. And that's the first one I ever saw up close and in person. I was quite pleased with that one. And then I found out that the 70 was going to be at the ELR this weekend. And I was like, oh, I won't mind having a look. I might go down, and then obviously things to do. Yeah, I agree, Andy. Lucky. Very lucky. Anyway, yeah. So, you've had a good look now. You know where I'm up to. I have been battling this thing, honest to God. It was figuring out what was wrong in the first place that was difficult, because I just could not get anything to stay on. And then I got the spirit level underneath, and I'm doing I can play this, can't I? Hang on. There you go. You can see a bit straight there. That's how much it's bent out. And it was more than that. And it was probably more than that as well. There you go. That's how much out it actually was. And that stiffener shoved everything back up. And it's not got it perfect. I've got a hair in front of my face.
Right. You got it?
Yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that?
Now, unfortunately, I could do it on that side, but I couldn't do it on the other side because there's too much wiring under there, as you saw earlier on. It's packed with wiring, and I'd have to take everything off and then get a stiffener in and jack it up. And it's not going to happen. So I figured the best bet was to pack the track. So obviously I've stripped all the... Cheers, mate, for doing my locals last night. Oh, cool, yeah. You got them up and running. You're going to spend a couple of hours now sitting there programming every sounding, aren't you? I know you. I know you. Sit there with a brew in your conservatory, beep, 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 beep. It's annoying that, having to put everything in. You should just be able to download it and it just... there. Hey, there's a thought. Yeah. Coming up with loads of ideas for A&M Railways, me. Are you going to try and put more supports on the table? It was built in 2017 and it didn't move up until Christmas last year, just after Christmas. It's never moved. So any warping, I think, it's done now. It's done its warping, and did it? Yeah, I think it should be all right from now on. The joints in between, I had some of these little crappy dowels. They were what I bought off eBay. And they were dead loose, and every time you unbolted it and bolted it back up, there would be a variance, a little difference in height. But when you're dealing with track that's literally 3 or 4 mil high, half a millimetre's enough to cause a problem on a bend. So the first job was to replace them with DCC Concepts dowels, which are big, heavy-duty ones that don't have any movement whatsoever. So, I've tested it. I've fitted the dowels, pulled the thing apart, put it back together again, and it works exactly the same every time. So I know now if I pack the track where it needs to be, there shouldn't be any more dipping from bowing, and there shouldn't be any more movement on the joints. So when I get it right, it will stay right, and the ballast will hold everything in place. That's the plan. We'll see whether it works or not. We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I figured you might be. Sat there with your... that's really time consuming. That you should be able to download a profile for the Z21 that we could do a little website with profiles of locals with all the sounds already on, and then you just download the profile and then edit the number of the train, the DCC number. There's an idea. I wonder how that would translate to other control systems. That'd be cool. Anyway, what? Oh yeah, my phone's gonna die because it's got a low battery. Is it still working? It is. Should we get something running in the background? Let's see if we can get something going. Let's have a look. What do I trust the most? My 47. I trust my 47. Let's run that. Onslaught. 47 engines, lights, track. We are on line 3. That one. That one. Check we've got the path. We do. We have the direction. Let's keep going. I haven't actually run this through that line yet. I don't think. Oh. You see what I mean, Andy? They're just disconnecting themselves whenever they feel like it. And it's quite annoying because getting them back together. It won't be long now. It won't be long now, Jason, before this bottom section, the repairs are done. If you get a chance, go back to the beginning of the video and have a look at the damage that I had to correct. And how much I've had to do, digging all the ballast out and re-leveling all the track because of the boards sagging. And that, it was the dowels, there was too much movement on the dowels, and sagging in the boards had just screwed all the alignments up. But it does seem to be functioning reasonably smoothly at the moment now. He says, holding his breath as it goes over the joints. Oh, I'm pushing a wagon. Yeah, they just keep on doing themselves. It'll go round and it'll be all right for a bit, and then next thing you know, half the train's missing and it's attached to the front. And I don't know how it's happened. The problem with these Acura scale things, the couplings are quite saggy, to put it politely. They sag a bit, and as a result, they're not particularly tight when they join up. Sometimes only one side of them hooks properly, and especially with the smaller D couplings, there's not much on the hook either. I'll send it through the other line when it comes round the next time. Now I'll send it through the other line. It should come round the front line this time now. I know. So you've actually got, so Jason, you've gone to the lengths of actually supporting them, because like I'm at a loss as to what I'm going to do with them, because it just keeps doing it. They'll be all right now. There you go, it's on front line now this time. Oh, 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 oh. Hang on. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. So I've got this to fit. I picked this up when I was at Crewe. Where's my camera go? There. When I was at Crewe, right, there was a shop there and he had some level crossings. So I bought this. Little flashing level crossings. I don't know how well you can see them. But they're going to go on the entrance to the thing. Hang on. I'm not so sure how long I've got left on this phone. Battery's about to go. But they're going to go here. One either side. There. One there and one over there. And I'm going to fit some sensors in the track. One over there and one over there so that they start flashing when there's a train approaching. But that should be pretty cool. They're going to be installed very soon. Probably at some point this week if I get a chance. So that's the job. Yeah, I've learnt that now, Jason. I have definitely learnt that. I'm never going to build a layout like this again, ever. I've come to the conclusion now that the 1/4 inch ply needs to be 3/4 inch ply. The 75B25 support battens need to be 3x2. Like I've built every other layout I've ever built. For some reason I didn't with this one. I thought I'll go lightweight because it's mobile, and it's cost me big time. So I won't ever do that again. Any more layouts now are going to be built with belt and braces, heavy duty, making sure that never happens again. And yeah, I think it was Bazzy's. I'm trying to remember now. In fact, yeah, it was Bazzy's. Definitely Bazzy's monorail. That stand's coming back in 26. Cool. Yeah, so I bought some wire off him as well. There are quite a few interesting things on there. If I'd have had a bit more cash from me at the time, I'd have spent a bit actually. FYI, next time I will be bringing some more cash with me. It's just such a shame Andy's Deltic won't go round. It does not like the corners in the slightest, unfortunately. So I'm going to send it back round the other line again now and just see how it rolls. Cleared. Right. Do you know something? That's a name I've not heard for a while. Everard Junction. He's disappeared. Properly disappeared as well. I mean, he disappeared for a while and then came back and then disappeared again, and I'm not seen him for a very, 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 very long time. I really hope he's alright and that he comes back at some point. Yeah, I think we can safely say I've got them front two lines quite stable now. And like I said, I've dismantled this, stripped it, put it back together again, and it's lined up perfectly. So I'm happy now that I've got this nailed. I just need to get the back ones done. do you know something? Whilst I've not got me, he's moved house. I know he were moving. He were living at his mum and dad's, wasn't he? And he got his own house or something, if I remember rightly. Let me just have a look at this. I'm sure it was this Virgin one that I checked. I'm seeing wires in it, so I think my phone's just died, hasn't it? It's done well for an hour and 45 minutes. Oh, I remember, you've got to pull the buffers out, haven't you? Yeah, that's why I can't get it apart. Now it'll come apart. Yes! Ha 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 ha! I did, I chipped it. I chipped it. So the next question is, do I have it on my system? I do. So the next question is, does it work? Only one way to find out. Right, what line are we running on here now? Middle. So when I put that here, no, dead as a door now. Nothing. It could very well be that the chip number's changed at some point, so I might have to change the, might have to put it back in and sort it out, and something for another day, that. But if that works, then I can put the res shell on it, and I'd be able to run it as the res on the res train. That'd be good, wouldn't it? I'm just putting the buffers back in. Oh my word, really? That's bad. I hope he's alright. You were dead nice. This the thing about YouTube, there's some of the personalities on YouTube. They just, half the time I'm watching it because I'm watching the personality as opposed to what they're talking about. Like New Junction, and I like him. He's really cool. He comes across on camera so good, and I just love watching him for him. It's cool watching it. Everard was one of them. He was just so good at what he did. So good at what he did. That's running sweet, that is. And the other one that runs really sweet as well is parked up at the in the sidings, which is me DMU. The problem is all my fiddle lanes are full, so I can't send anything round whilst I've got things running. Oh. Yeah, tell you something, Jason. I bet. Let's see if you remember this. Do you remember meeting me at Worley? And oh my God, it would have been oh my god, how many years ago were it? About 6 years ago. And you did a YouTube meet. And it was it was at the beginning of the day, and you were right over, as you come into the arena, you were right over there. Oh, that's difficult to describe. As you come in the unit that way, you were right over there in the far corner. Stood up against the wall, and I came over and I said, "Hi, are you all right?" And introduced myself, saying I was just starting to build. Yeah, 2018. How do you know? I got a fridge magnet off you. You gave me a fridge magnet. I was like, oh my god, I just met Jason. Oh my god. And that was the same wall when I met Charlie as well from Chadwick Monroe Airways. And I was at the DCC concept stand and I was chatting to him about the ADSX, the ADS8SX. See, I nearly did it again then, Andy. I nearly did you. I was chatting to the guy about it, asking him when they were coming back in stock, and I looked over and Charlie was waiting so patiently to talk to the guy. And I sort of looked over and I started going, that was Charlie. That was Charlie. Oh my god, that's Charlie. I got all flustered. Well, I can't remember who you were stood with, Jason. You were stood with another lad, and I'm edging towards. It was either New Junction or the other guy that doesn't do trains anymore, that does a bit of DJing. It was one of the two. And you were both stood over right in the far corner, and it was, like I said, it was early. It was a fairly early. It was early. It was the start of the day. But yeah, I got quite, you know. Oh, oh. I've met him. Oh, embarrassed. Do you know this? I can't get over how well this is running now, considering how well it wasn't running. Send it round the front again. Send it round the front. Stuart. Yeah. Yeah. I did have the tankers attached to the back of this rake, so I pulled the whole lot round just to see what would happen, and it didn't come off. I'm not doing it now, but it. I just nearly disappeared down the loft hatch then. Sorry. I felt back of my chair go. And the other issue is as well, these rakes are too long, so I can't park them up on one line and run something on the other. The only one I can do that with is the 66. I can do that with the 66 because it's only got coaches on. And it's only about 4. I think we've only got 4 coaches on. So it will run. I can run that and park it up. Oh, I can't wait to get that third one. Did it? That was so cool. That's mint. the paranoia that it's going to come off. I'm sorry, I know I keep turning it back, but the paranoia that it's going to come off. It's going to be disastrous. I tell you what, I'm going to run something else. Let me stop this. Oh well, you're going round again one more time. Where are we? Right, I'm going to send the high met round. Now this is glitchy as hell, so what I'm going to do is put a bit of weight behind it and hope that it isn't too glitchy. Let me just set the points. It's that glitchy, it doesn't even want to move. Right, are we okay? Everybody okay? Go. See what I mean? Glitchy is not a word for it. There are other words I could use that would describe it much better than glitchy. Right, we're running. Let's put a bit of throttle behind it. Where are we? You see it go then? Oh my word. Displayed on the overheads as well. Could you imagine? That is so cool. Alright, I'm going to let this run for a bit, see how it feels. See that res train now, if I can get that. If I can get that chassis working and then put that body on it and then put it with that instead of the high neck, that would be the perfect rake. I'm just checking to see I've not chipped this one. There we are. See, I've not done that one. That's just your standard lemur. There you go, standard lemur. I'm on it. So that one is chipped. I think he's gonna work. So all I've got to do is figure out what number this chip is and then give the wheels a clean and we should be in business. Ta-da! Right, so that's chipped now. And if I put this back on the virgin one, and is multitasking apparently. I really hope Sandra's got the camera out because this is one that I want to see. Because frankly, I don't believe it. I'm playing games with disappearing, reappearing buffers that I keep dropping at the moment. Dropped another one. Got it. Right, so that one's back together again now. The virgin one, that can go. Back on the shelf. So I just need to do I need to take all the walk. Oh man, I still have my test track. I've got the rolling road as well somewhere. The rolling road's over there as well. I've got one of them Hornby rolling roads. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get the rest set up and running for the next time this thing goes out. I might even splash out on a chip for it, a sound chip. I'm going to change tracks and see how it runs on the inside line. Let's see how that works. Perfection. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. All I ain't doing is get the other line running now, the top line. But that's the one with all the problems. Hmm? No. Why? Anyway, I've been on for 2 hours now, so I think it's time to end the stream. I think that might be a end the stream. So if you've been with me for the full 2 hours, you're brave, and thank you. No, seriously, in all honesty, if you're watching this afterwards, or you've been on for 2 hours, or you've only seen bits of it, or whatever, we're getting there. We're getting there now. episode 5 will be ready as soon as I complete this job, this mess of track re-leveling that I've got to do at the moment. Once I've got, there we go. Once I've got through that, I'll be in a much better position, and I'll be able to finish that series off then, and then we can get on with the top section, because ultimately that is the bit that needs doing, in it. So and get my little Ferris wheel going. It's properly motorised as well, so it does work. It's got a motor in it, hence the wires, and it does rotate around nicely. It looks, every piece that goes on the fairground is going to move and is going to be lit, and it's going to be better painted than that. That is awful. I need to figure a better way of painting them. Oh, but yeah, the fairground is being built for the top. We've got the Z gauge, T gauge, Z gauge, T gauge. T gauge. We've got the T gauge railway going in on the far side, which will be right over at the back there on the top, and the fairground coming on this side there, and then we've got the street in the middle, and the station is here. So we have the station building, and that sits right at the top where the elevator shaft is, and the steps going up there, and then you come out of that straight into that, and that's going to be the front. That's the front of the station, which comes onto the street, and this is the back that comes out to the actual station. So we've got the stuff to do it. We just need to get this track fixed. That's primary concern number one, track fixed. I need it to be reliable and work, and I need to know what I can run on it and what I can't, because the corners are super tight. So I know Deltics won't run on it. Some 66s do, some don't. 37s categorically don't at the moment, but I will fix that. I can't have a layout without 37s on. My collection is mostly 37s. So that will be being fixed. I might go live again next weekend, and we'll see how far I've got and whether I've got any further. Anyway, kids are in bed now, so I need to shut everything up. So thanks for coming, and I shall see you all in the next update very, very soon.